On the 15th of June 2000, Trevor was seated in class, but his mind was very far off that he didn't notice when the whole class was staring at him and the teacher was shouting at him to go get the question at the board answered. Trevor, a 15-year-old boy, the only child of his parents who were deacons. Trevor's passion for music started when he was very little. His parents saw this as a sign that their son will grow to become one of the vessels that God will use to do miracles. They supported him with everything they had. When he turned 6 years old, they enrolled him in children music class, which he attended twice a week to balance his education, and on Sundays he will join the choir in church. Anyone who saw or watched him sing can tell he is really good, giving credit to the parents who cheered him up the more. When Trevor turned 15, he began to make changes with his genre of music. He will claim to be sick on Sundays just so he wouldn't join the choir ministration, and when the parents leave, he will all few of his friends who he will sing and release circular songs with. Slowly Trevor switched genre, but unknown to his parents, when they are around, he will rehearse gospel songs so they wouldn't notice what is really going on. This continued till he turned 22. Trevor started attending parties, late night clubs, and any place he thinks will make people notice him. His hunger for the big screen grew even more. His dad noticed this and said, "Trevor, I have raised you in the way of the Lord, but you have decided to create your own path, which I will never be in support of. Music is good, yes. Music is also bad. Music can make lives. Music also can take lives. Music can heal. Music also can destroy. Music is like a message, and whatever you say makes sense to one or many persons who might definitely implement it, especially the young ones. I have always supported your music career when it was of a good message, but seeing what you sing now, I can no longer support or cheer you up." Trevor said, "Dad, I don't smoke, nor do I take hard drugs or alcohol. I can continue not doing any of these." The dad said, "You might not be doing that now, but the road you are taking, that's their routine. You can't avoid it. Else you'll have issues with them, which I know you wouldn't want, and definitely you will be forced to join them." "That's not true," he said. "Nobody can force me into anything." His dad tried letting him understand the dangers of the industry, but Trevor already had his mind made up. Being the only child, his parents couldn't withdraw much of their love and support from him. He saw this as an opportunity to waltz more. He will make money demands, saying it's for his studies. This he will use and secure shows for himself. The girls was now all over him, but Trevor wasn't satisfied with all of these. He wanted to be seen and heard globally. He started doing drugs, but to him was just to stand the crowd. During one of his shows, his fans hailed him a lot, that made him to start looking for bigger deals. He was introduced to record labels, which he joined, but wouldn't stay for long cause he released great songs. He'll cancel label deal and pick up another label, which he assumes is greater than the former. But after a while he said, "I am too good to be under any label." Trevor lost control of himself and was now very far gone and away from his parents. He never called or checked on them. They couldn't visit him either cause of his schedules. Trevor now takes all sorts of hard drugs, but still wasn't satisfied with the level he operates. He wanted more fame. He was in search of great deals, cancelled all of his previous contacts, sacked his manager, and most times under the influence of meds, he will drop weird songs, which his fans still streams unknown to them. Seeing how desperate he was for more fame, an organization called him and said, "Trevor, how would you love to rule the music world? We have seen you." He said, "Anything I can sacrifice for that." When he said this, an image covered on white garment showed up in his room, but can still be heard only through the phone. Trevor tried to end the call, but the voice asked again, "What can you sacrifice?" Again Trevor said, "Anything I can sacrifice." The white image slowly vanished. He now knew his dream was gradually coming through. While sleeping, Trevor will see himself whining and dining with the images, but he couldn't see their faces. When he wakes up, he will be filled with so much strength and dangerous song lyrics. He was now like a king and he loved this. Then one morning the dad called. Not knowing how he reached him, the dad said, "Trevor, I don't smoke, nor do I take hard drugs or alcohol. I can continue not to do that. and he ended the call. Trevor tried calling back, but the same image appeared again and said, "You will not hear from him again." Trevor was so mad, but at that point he knew he was doomed. At night he tried calling the dad again, but the same image appeared again and said, "Your call will be his call to glory." Trevor didn't understand this. While whining and dining with the images, they kept saying, "Your call will be his call to glory." He still didn't understand this till the next morning. He called and was told his dad, who has been sick, just passed out few seconds ago. Trevor cried, screamed, and was so mad at the spirit images for not explaining to him. But they never replied. Out of anger he tried to grab one, but couldn't. He was all along dealing with spirits unknown to him. Now Trevor wasn't allowed to leave or do anything he wills. He was stuck for the rest of his life. Fame, fame, fame. What's your price, he said. So much to learn from this story. Please like and subscribe for more.